Kill the dog.
If you don't have it,
You know,
If you knew what a sound card was,
you on.
you on. We saw there's a man up in mic drum.
Elite masekuthwa usuya mix and master Richard. Mix and master my own song.
Fruity Loops.
Ukhandlishe konke ba manje you record the clouds, you make your own beats and you mix and master.
Bro.
My own songs.
Lapo, the snare that comes out is like chewing gum.
Yo, man, we back and Friends podcast, and today we have a special guest.
Very special, man.
Now.
Very special.
Hey,
This guy hasn't got his flowers.
Hey,
I think this podcast is for that.
Wait.
I grow my own flowers.
We actually spoke about this on the last podcast.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, man, we need to bring Trump in here, man, and give him flowers, man. He actually
Yeah.
gave him flowers for this.
Nah, for real,
Hey,
man. Like,
man. Hey.
we see a lot of things that are happening in the scene, and I don't know. Also, the guys, like we kind of people that like to always speak about like things that happened before, like not just speak about where you are now. Because sometimes you'll find that there are people that you maybe left behind, or people that are still pushing the movement.
Sure.
So it's always good to know what's okay. Where did you come from? What was going on? Who were the people in the scene that were there? Who created opportunities and those kind of things? And that's what we want to do with the podcast as well. Fine, sometimes it's fun and we have a good time, but it's also a great way for us to like educate people on about the Durban scene, about things that happened. Yeah, it's not. We can say years back, but it's not that back.
It's not that bad. For us, it's not. Yeah, for us, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
So these things, man, we wanna touch on it, but also we also wanna know drum a little bit more. Like I feel like back then we just cared about the dancing and the events, but we never really knew like.
I think leading up to this, we were talking like, what do we really know about drum?
Like, come on, what's his real name?
We're gonna guess your name right now, bro. It's
Right
so
now,
bad.
baby.
How do we not? Okay, I know your name. I've heard it, but I can't recall it. So we're gonna guess.
And I know what's it. Always just like, Drumkit. Like,
Yeah,
he never
literally.
said, like,
yeah. What do I look like? What do I look like? I want to hear these.
He looks like a Maz. Sanen. Okay.
I would say Sane Noma Spa.
Spa. Two-tone to be a spa.
The spa, no,
Smith also. Definitely starts with an S though. I feel like it starts with an S.
Okay, I fit in like
Klappe is a random name. I think Klappe is just like a deep name. Like
the end of the alphabet. It starts with an N.
An N. Aunjabun.
Undota. Hey, okay, wait.
No, man. Mabutwa bantwana banono shiputini, but some call me for short.
What?
What? No.
Shout out to the Wayne brothers.
Nah.
Oh yeah? Yeah. Mabutwa bantwana banono shiputini, but some call me for short.
He actually did repeat it.
No, he did.
Nah, my name, man.
But how sure are you?
I got that from the Wayne brothers. Come on.
I was just killing us, man.
Nah, man. Well, I guess to be honest with you, my name stands for what I do. In English, it will be translated as progression. In Zulu, is tutu.
Oh.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I actually knew that.
No, man, go.
No, I promise you, I did.
Oh, he actually.
Come on, if it's something what I say, just we're gonna believe him. What I promise you.
Come on, guys. You trying to say his name a lot of times on the mic.
But it's drum. Everybody knows me as Drumkit,
yeah,
but it's drum is Drumkit. And K-I-T, not K-I-D. I don't know how people say Drumkit.
Did they say that?
They can't hear the T. Drumkit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's drum kits, man.
No.
So yeah, man, give us a brief intro of yourself for those who don't know you at home.
Yeah,
and,
man. Like actually, like I would like to know specifically also like your high school years as well. Like because I know a lot of things happened for you in high school maybe in terms of like you finding your name, being drum and all those kind of things. Like just give us a journey of that. Like how did How did things go about?
So big shout out to all the viewers out there. Thank you for supporting this podcast. Keep watching all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's Drumkit right here, chilling with my friends, with friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just an intro about who I am. I'm a beatboxer from Durban, KZN, South Africa. I label myself as a beatboxer, but I'm thinking I'm an entrepreneur, an entertainer. I am a visionary. I am a manager, you know, and a sports, not icon, but a sports enthusiast. Let me say that, you know. So me and my whole music career started back in, I think, primary school, like even grade R. I went to Northway primary school, then I went to Chelsea, then from Chelsea I went to Northwood, then from Northwood I went to Varsity College. So that's my schooling career. In Northway, I was part of the musicals and the little shows, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But I always found that I always got put in the front, like in the musical of Elvis, I was Elvis at the end. You know what I mean?
You're the popular
like
kid.
I had an afro and I had to put a gel on my afro. You understand that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Just
shoot,
imagine, bro.
bruh.
Entire afro.
Like, put gel because now I'm grease lightning, baby. So towards the end, it'll be like grease lightning. Then I was like, do a split in the middle of the stage. Everyone's like, what?
Wait, what? A
So,
split?
Like, yeah, man.
Trump
You
doing
guys
a
to be a
split.
dancer.
Shut
And
that
then-
and drum have a lot in common. You used to do a lot
Yeah.
of things.
Oh, And then from there, obviously, there was Michael Jackson at that time was popular, so I did a Michael Jackson show, and they made me Michael Jackson, you know. So I guess with dancing, it started since like I was a lighty, you know, and then singing. Then from there, in high school, I was part of a musical band, like the Northwood Brass Band. I made the KZN Prestige Band. I was part of the Natal Military Rifles
My friend.
pipe
Where
band.
was this, man? We didn't know this about
Where
you.
were we,
Guy
bro?
was holding a mic, like, yo, guys,
Isn't that-
we out here.
Yeah.
And this guy has some accolades.
Yo.
behind him, like that.
Come on,
You are
man.
the Nick Cannon of South Africa.
Dog.
Literally.
Yeah, man, I played trumpet, trombone. I tried unicorn.
Sure.
Not unicorn, sorry. See now, this is back in the days, man. Flip, I forget it. But
what
anyhow,
is
no, it's like a mini tuba. Okay, those are the musicians gonna correct me on this one. You know, it's like a mini tuba, but it's the small one, yeah.
Okay.
But that's way back. But my main instrument was the trombone. You know, yeah, you know.
I didn't.
My friends,
When?
That was it.
Guys.
That was my musical side. Then from there, obviously, with the hip hop, my brother got a brother. His name is Black Moss.
Hey, shout out to Black Moss, man.
Moss.
Shout out.
Nah, he's living in America right now, raising his two
dope.
kids. But he's getting into hip hop again, back hard. You know, big shout out to him.
Dope.
He was just being a responsible guy right now. You know, raising his kids. So obviously me growing up with him, and he used to be the rapper. He was the influencer of hip hop to me, you know. My cousins and everyone listening to all the Tupacs, the Bone Thugs, the Busta Rhymes, you know. So that was us growing up. And then he'd be in the room rapping, and then I would try beatbox, you know.
Oh, so that's how it came about.
Yeah, so like from him rapping and me supplying the beats with all the guys that we grew up around with, like HCL was one of the guys, Hydrochloric, used to come to my pose. I'd go down to his house and we'd have like ciphers with the guys, you know. And then from there, my brother in the room, I remember him saying, yo, bro, why don't you take this beatboxing thing serious?
Yeah.
And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, bro, you know, like, just try it, bro. So I was like, okay, cool. So he said to me, there's going to be Battle of the Year happening at that center.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you must come through, check out the hip hop there.
Do you remember when
So-
was that?
Was this 2006?
Oh, okay.
2006, yeah, 2006, yeah.
Was this Battle of the Year? Because
2006.
one thing I wasn't sure about was Battle of the Year the same comp that started in Cape Town, or was this like the international one?
No, it was started here. Well, the Live Check Battle of the Year.
Oh, is
let
it?
me say it like that.
Oh,
yeah, it was
okay.
the Live Check Battle of the Year. You know?
Oh.
So Live Check used to do hip hop back at Albert Park, and they took it to Bat Center. You know, it was Ewok, Tash, Jet Wentworth, and Black Moss as the team that came through, and they were holding it down for Durban in the hip hop side. Then I came through 2006. Yeah, I think 2006, towards the end of 2006, entered my first beatbox battle. You know?
Sheesh.
What-
And then from there,
I find it so interesting with beatboxing
good.
because I think nowadays there's so many like YouTube tutorials, Facebook, Instagram. How did you grow your skill?
Oh, kicking boots.
well, you know, I always,
That's what they
That's new.
Did you who did you have somebody to watch and be like, okay, I
Well,
want to be
for
dope?
us, obviously it was CD era, you know what I mean? So it wasn't YouTubing as much. If you got that YouTube video on your Mixit or BBM, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Then you'd be like, wow, this is beatboxing. But then it was CD, and the first CD I got was from a friend, Richard Holgate. He's like, yo, bro, listen to this guy beatbox, and his name was Rizal. You know, so I got that, I bumped that. I was like, what? You know? But in terms of how we learned beatboxing was me old school videos, watching the guys start off with just a close soul clap, you know, while they're rapping, and then from the soul clap became like a, you know, and then just watching music videos, I guess, you know. Then I was like, yeah, let me try beatbox like that. But now competitive beatboxing now with all the sounds, all that stuff there, that I learned through Rizal, where he was like, ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to, you know, like that voice. I was like, whoa, okay, this is how we do it, you know. Started singing beatbox at the same time. I was like, okay, those are those elements. Then from there went into the battle vibes, you know. Yeah, bruv, and your accolades, as you're saying, of the battle, it's quite a couple. You know, I was crowned 2011 African Hip Hop Indaba champion.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so it's battle people around Africa. There was the Sprites, Cape Town versus the rest challenge, and I came second in that one. Then I was nominated for a Hip Hype Award also for beatboxing. 2006 and 7 beatbox champion at Life Check. You know, and then yeah, man, I've also done quite a lot now. MC and I beatbox, so I transform the beatbox inside to the MC, where I entertain and talk to the crowd, and then I drop the beats in between. You know, and then through the MCing, now that is taking me quite I'd say a lot of places too.
Yeah, I've seen you actually traveling, man. You're working.
I started beatboxing. The first thing my mom was like,
As I was
I'm just glad.
I started music, to be honest with you. You know, it was through music, because even at the band camps that we would go to, everyone loved hip hop, but I was the only guy who could beatbox in the whole camp. You know, so everyone would try rhyme and drop bars. You know, and then I'd be the only one that's just beatboxing. And then also I saw that when we're in a cypher, I also wanted to rap too. So, you know, even right now I'm still kind of rapping, you know. So when we're in the cypher, I drop a beat, everyone will be flowing, and the cypher's bumping. You know what I mean? Also dropping their bars like madness, also going off the top of their dome. It's just flowing. And then obviously when it's like past the beat on and the beat has to go to someone else, then it just becomes kind of like quiet, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, oh, well, I can't drop these bars because this beat is not dropping.
They got you in prison.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm waiting for the boom, and I'm dropping this shit. Here we go. You know?
It sounds like you come from a home that encouraged the creative side. Do you have other siblings, and what was home like?
Yeah,
was it
well,
encouraged?
man. I can never forget the one girl in my life that I really, really love, my sister.
Our sisters.
Yeah, man, Pumelele Machola, that's her, and she's an actress also. She's pursuing an acting career. My brother's rapping, and then, well, I guess if it comes from my folk side, my father, he was in the church choir, you know, but Abafana Bewe said, and he used to sing in the front, you know.
Snap.
Yeah,
Sure.
you know, and it was like that. My aunts played piano and taught music.
Oh, wow, man.
What can I say? My mom was the nurse. She was like the doctor. My father was a principal. Okay, so we've always been about assisting and helping community and just being out there, people. My grandmother was a traditional healer or pastor, priest, you know. So I guess within our family, we were born to kind of just lead other people and help, you know. And so that's the careers that we went into. And I wish luck for my sister, because the industry she's in is quite tough, but she's doing very well at the moment.
Fresh. Man. Yeah, speaking about communities, man, like we know you for that. Like we discovered you or saw you like at Bat Center, obviously beatboxing and stuff. But also you were bringing people together. You were bringing people together in Krump and just dance. Like Can you let us know, like, what was your thought process in that? Like, what did you see? Why was there something called Throwdown? You know, what role did you play? What role did you play in Genesis? Like, those kind of things. Like, how did that come about?
Because I feel like even with that, sorry, just to add on that, because I feel like you were like so ahead when you were doing your shows,
Bro.
and how you're organizing the shows. It was almost like you could still do the same thing that we did back then. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's how far up ahead you were.
Yeah.
I think I was behind because the stuff that inspired me I got from like the TV. You know what I mean? And I saw TVs, and it's weird how the things that inspired me are very different. Okay, let me say for example, I got inspired by something that's not really good, which is Bloods and the Cribs. And that's not good, but what inspired me out of that is uniform, color, code, conduct, structure, you know what I mean, discipline, you know, and there's hierarchies, and there's, you know what I mean, like that there, and NWA, like their crew, you know, Death Row, you know, the Shady Records, all that stuff there, you could see that, okay, these are cliques, these are crews, you know, and then when you got served popping out, you know, and, you know, those were like, okay, cool, now, you know what, here in SA, that's something that would be dope about if we could have crews and cliques that will hook up the same code, same color, and when you see them, they're in the same caps, they're in the same swag, you know what I mean? And when they come through in the show, or wherever it is, everyone be like, hey, who's those?
Yeah, and that's how it was.
That's how it was, bro.
Yo, that was crazy.
That's how it was.
And that way, if you see that team comes through rocky like that, another team will be like, yo, let's us rock blue now. Let's us rock red now. Hey, we the green team, we the blue.
And
you
it
know?
became all about the swag as well.
And it became about that.
the
Now from
bandana
there,
era.
that's already you organize them into, okay, we are a culture now, you know? Now it's clean because of just the way that they all dress, you know? Because as soon as you step out the house, the first thing you do is you dress yourself up. And how you dress is literally sometimes going to be how you feel when you're walking out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I saw that code of conduct and I applied it into there. Then I was like, hey, you know, obviously coming from the hip-hop side where it was live check, bad censor, and we could see there were some dances coming through, like break dances were the majority dance,
Yeah.
you know? But then when popping and locking started popping up, you know, tatting started popping up, then this new dance called Krump was like, boom, hit the YouTube vibes, you know what I mean? Buck, everything is buck, everything is crazy, you know? And then from there, I saw that, hey, you know what, the O's that are crumping when it's in live check, they also causing a crowd, like a roar in the crowd. But they're not really having their space because it is a hip-hop rap, you know, element. So this new dance elements hasn't been really recognized as a hip-hop element yet, you know?
And people were getting frustrated sometimes with the fact that they'll be like, especially if someone came for dance and then there's rapping going on sometimes. Some of those crowd will get frustrated with the fact that, no, we want more battles, we want this.
And also it was frustrate the other elements of hip-hop.
Yeah, like you're here to a rap show, you're not here to just
We're
watch.
here to express those elements, not to watch crap.
You know, So then obviously the Krump was happening outside the building. The street battles were like, yo,
After the show as well.
After the show is banging.
Crazy.
So then from there, I thought, you know what, since my brother and his team are doing live check, I also want to do the dance elements. So I approached Bad Sensor and I said, listen, I want to do a show now, you know. And even the word throwdown, I was like, you know what, man, it's going down. It's got to be hardcore. Throw this down.
Yeah.
You know, I actually
bro.
remember the day you made the announcement at Live Check. I remember. You're like, guys, we're having the first Krump show. It's going to be called Throwdown. You set the date. And I think there was a lot of excitement about it because that month, everybody was talking about
The way it was packed.
Bro.
Yo, the way I was sitting on top of the aircon. You know what I mean? They were sitting on top of the aircon.
You know, like when you walk in, like from the entrance, bro. You walk in, bro. You can't be like from the door.
Yeah.
Like, why were people standing there? Because they can't see anything. Like, I don't understand. Like,
But
wow.
they're there. You know?
Bro,
And
there's a
that's
moment
when
where there was queues. You know, when you come in,
there's
as you turn into Bad Center, people are standing in a queue and you're like, shucks, I'm late.
Yo,
Bro, like I walk in, like, yo, where's so and so? Like, hey, bro, he's somewhere.
Is
in
somewhere
there.
there?
So the thing that inspired me with Throwdown now was WWE or WWF at that time. Right.
Hectic.
WWF, how the entrance of a performer comes through, or the wrestler, you know?
That's why you had the chairs and stuff.
Inside the chairs, inside the ring, you know what
Bro,
I mean?
listen,
And
man.
You stand this side, you stand that side, barricades, you know what I mean? So from there, from your intro song, who you are, talk to you, you know what I mean? Then the battle goes on, you know? But the one element that I wanted really about Throwdown was the word throwdown is anywhere, anytime, anyhow. So I can be like, yo, Verb, I see you there at the crowd, and I've been hearing that you've been
and you were
talking
doing
about.
that.
And I was like, what, me? Oh yeah, you want to challenge me?
What cut about you?
You're unprepared,
What cut
dude, you know what I mean?
Do you understand?
Dog.
Hence why, even till today, like if you're still dancing, you're from Durban, you never go anywhere and you're not labbed up.
Yeah.
Because we knew that during
The
throwdown,
clapping era, dog.
bro.
When you get that clap,
You know?
everyone's like,
Yeah.
that was tough. That was sad.
That was tough, bro.
And the drum would be like, well, that's why it's called the lab.
Drummer's real, man. Like,
Like,
yo,
real
that's
guy.
one thing about you, like,
And you remember how when you get to a show, there's always like those guys that battle first, like the
yeah.
like those clapping ones.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yo, guys, we need to lap, guys, we need to.
Straight talk, break no
Like, yeah,
friendship,
like,
man.
yo, bro, we need to
Yeah.
lap. And then we're like, yeah, we need to lap, yeah, we need to.
I know that's crazy. Like, we all knew you were like part of a crew already,
Sure.
which was giving everybody a problem, which is Genesis. They were giving us an issue on the dance
Yeah,
floor.
definitely.
But you had a way of still being like the center man or like the middleman. You
Balance
didn't,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
you never showed any
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gave
yeah.
everyone an opportunity, man. Like that was crazy.
That was the one thing that I knew I had to do, to be honest, because I knew that, okay, by selecting and making a crew, make a dance show, this crew will also be known as like the heads of the dance
Yeah,
shows. If
yeah,
it's
yeah.
their dance show,
Yeah.
you know, it's for everybody.
Sure.
So I cannot be pushing them up front. But we need some sort of leaders in the front for people to say, yo, we want to challenge them, or we want to be like them, or you know what, no, we better than them. But there has to be some competition being put out there in order for the whole entire movement to start buzzing, you know. But then within doing that, I knew that there's going to be other people coming on the side, and these are the people that you concentrate on, because these are also the future podcast members right now. You know, these are the future champions that are doing this. These are the future. You know what I mean? Like they're not just the dancers. Yeah, these guys could be just the dancers for now, because some time could happen that they get popular and they go dance for team or backup dancers, or they actually become rappers or singers themselves and DJs themselves, which some have done already, you know. So they could change their career quickly. But the ones that are starting now will want to be dancers for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Because they're starting off at the ages of 13, 14, while these guys are already 18, 19, you know? So I knew that this is the vision, the people at the bottom, the not the bottom, but the people just, you know, not as recognized as these guys who have been fortunate to have somebody to back them up and push them and get them sponsored, get them platforms, you know, and things like that.
To go in a bit of history, I know some people might not know this, but how did a little bit of Genesis and maybe like Go Fix DC and the crews around there in DC?
Okay, so how that started off.
Yeah.
All right, so there was a guy called Shakes. Big shout out to Shakes and Roxanne. They wanted to start a dance crew, right? At Club Tilt. Big shout out to Tilt.
Remember
and
that.
you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. So what had happened was they announced to the whole city that they want to start a dance crew. Right. Before they announced, they came to me. He was like, yo, Drum, listen, we've seen that, you know what, you're at the Bat Center, you're pushing stuff, and, you know, and we know you, what. Let's start a crew. We manage just us three. Roxanne would run the finances side and the administration side. Shakes would be the venue organizer and make sure that the boys are set to transportation, whatever it is we need. And then I'd be like managing the dancers, making sure that, hey, these teams are here in time, who's battling who's to look out for, you know what I mean? So it was like that there, you know. So we came through and there was about 40 or 50 or 60 dancers.
And no auditions, eh? Was
No
this, did you have
auditions,
auditions?
and then in the team, in the crew,
team
there was
itself,
like 40.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
You know?
Bro,
This was fixed DC.
This was fixed DC
Oh, so,
first.
so it was Fixed DC first, eh?
Yeah, fixed dance crew.
And they could,
You know?
there was so many of them, they could actually make a goddamn show on themselves.
I remember when they'll
bro.
come on stage, they'll be
Bro.
like, all of them wearing whites. It'll be
Bro,
like,
When it's
Yeah,
practice, it's not practice, it's actually battles.
it was actually, to be honest, it was, you
Yeah.
know. So what happened is that there was about 40 dancers, different types, you know. There'd be the guys who do kwaito, it was a dance, it was break dancers, it was pop lockers, and then there were crumpers, you know. But now when sitting over there with the big crew, I could tell that, you know, there's egos bouncing up and down. There's too many people coming late, and, you know, it seems like it's too much to handle, too many people, you know. And then I got influenced by the word Krump a lot, you know, kingdom radically uplifting, mighty praise. And I was so deep into my spirituals, you know, side. So I decided to, like, you know, I just want to take 10. I just want to take 10 dancers and start a new crew, you know. And obviously the name now is called Genesis, as being the beginning. And the slogan was from different ends to new beginnings.
Yeesh.
You know?
Ah.
Yeah, Genesis.
Sheesh.
A
So
lot of
then-
context.
Yeah,
A lot of
man.
context,
bro. So putting that crew together obviously kind of caused a little bit of a tension between Fixed DC now and this new members.
I
that are-
did.
Yeah.
I did.
you know, because obviously, like, I took quite, you know, hungry O's, you know, and at that time they were like the talk of the town, you know. So I took those guys. We started our own thing. It was a struggle at first, but within Fixed DC, I got introduced to the team as, this is Drumkit, the beatboxer is gonna be managing you guys, and the team was there and everybody was there, and that's when I hit the beatbox. And there was Patrick Duff. He was the owner of, the brand manager of DC Clothing at that time, you know. And he saw me, as like, hey, bro, you know, you beatbox. I'm like, guys, like, come through to my office, cuz, and you need to talk me and you know. So I went to DC office, met Andrew Mock and Patrick Duff, and then I sat through with them. They talked to me, and then I was sponsored by DC Clothing.
Hey,
from
that
there-
era,
Olha
man.
que você
See that era?
Let's talk about the
but-
Yo.
Bro,
Bro,
I think DC
hey.
played
Hey,
such a big role
hey.
Yeah.
in the scene, and I think obviously by you bringing it to the scene
Yeah.
for us, and also for
Like,
us, to
and that's
just
what's
know-
important, bro.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of like when we go to Joburg, like, we ended up wearing DC all the time. You know what I
All
mean?
of us.
So when we go to like compete, so people are like, "Why are you wearing DC?" I'm like, "Yo, man, you don't understand." Like,
Eventually,
Yeah, you
This
know,
is-
understand.
yeah.
This is the culture. This is
Yeah.
the
for
movement
one
we
of the
coming
Masters
through
of
with.
Rhythm, they used to call DC Durban City.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they
They
did.
literally
Yeah,
had a
they
DC
did.
flag, and that's
Yeah.
what it would stand for. But
Yeah.
I think also just opening up our eyes and knowing that shucks, we could actually work with such brands,
Yeah.
because some of us
Yeah.
come from backgrounds where we didn't know we could even associate
Yeah,
ourselves
yeah.
with.
Well, I'd say, like, DC being a skate brand, you know, it came with some cool hip hop loving cultural people that worked in the office, and that's how I connected with them, you know. Like, Andrew bumps his hip hop all the time, you know. Patrick Duff is a person of culture, and he was also about that hip hop in his earphones while riding type of thing, you know. So, like, they had that vibe that I smoked. I was like, and plus, when you research DC history, you can tell that, hey, the guys are very street.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
Yeah,
a sophisticated brand, noses up. It's like real G's that just
Sure,
like, yo,
sure.
bro, you know, like, I don't know how to describe DCOs,
Sure.
but they're just gang. You know, like, yo, you can tell, oh, that's skates are sponsored by DC. You'll see that he's rocking DC head to toe, but he's not flashy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everything of us is DC.
Yeah.
But he's such a cool, humble, low down to earth person, you know. But when you come through with his charts, what he's done, you see championships here and that and that. You know what I mean? And you're like, yo, bro, coolos. So I smoked that lifestyle. And I thought, yeah, well, they wanted to get into hip hop also. So when they came through the hip hop, we had some discussions, and there were some other members also sponsored by DC at the time. So yeah, man, I just started beatboxing for that brand. Well, not for the brand, but they sponsored me to be me. Not necessarily only to beatbox. That's the one thing that I really loved about them.
That's actually quite good.
Yeah,
They
man.
sponsored you to be
Actually-
you. I
Yeah.
mean,
Me,
Hey,
you know,
man.
because just being the MC, managing the dance crew, you know, running the events, beatboxing.
Was
So,
it
yeah.
was it your intention to get the brand to the culture, like to the hip hop community and the crumpers and the dance?
Oh yeah,
Is it?
yeah. Because I'm such a brand loyal person, to be honest with you. So when as soon as they backed me up and they told me their vision and their beliefs, I said, okay, cool. We're gonna tell everybody these beliefs, and everybody's gonna be behind you too. You know, and I knew that associating the culture with an international brand
Yeah.
is gonna even make the culture strong.
Yeah,
You know,
100%,
yes, I don't want to name drop other companies, but I didn't go with the commercial companies that everybody knows, because they kind of just spread out. Some are known for just soccer, some are known for just
Yeah.
this type of thing, you know what I mean? So with DC, it was only known as skater surfer guys. type of
Yeah.
thing, you know what I mean? But then when you like look at it now, it's like, yo, no, street culture guys.
True.
Yeah, so we took that and then we carried on with it, bro. I guess it influenced a lot of people around the whole entire city.
100%.
Because
know?
we all wanted like with this year. So if you are in the dance crew,
Bro.
bro,
Yeah,
you were
we
like,
had
you
to
know
have
what?
something
I want to
DC.
be sponsored by this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were fighting for
Those
that.
black T-shirts with the red.
Oh Jesus!
Bro.
Oh,
that one, by the way, was customized for us.
Are you
I'm
serious?
serious, bro. Because my team color has always been black and red,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So BC had a black and white DC. And then I asked them, hey, for my team, please can you make it black with red and write Genesis at the back?
Yeah, we remember
Oh,
that
yeah,
just
that
at the
was-
back. Yeah.
bruv. So I was like, what? You know,
That's a
now that I
shit
think
right
about
there.
it, it's really quite something. And I really appreciate them for actually customizing because they do that for only like top brand skaters.
Exactly.
And stuff like that, you know?
Imagine, bro.
So big shout out to DC, man.
That's
So-
crazy.
So that's so crazy. So for everybody else who's listening, I think for us it's an important episode because I think you influenced a lot of the culture
Bro.
in Durban. I know that Eli Check had a big role to play.
Yeah.
But for us who came in through the dance scene and the Krump scene, you influenced a lot of it. I mean, the venues used to get packed. What were some of your biggest lessons of one forming a crew like Genesis, good and bad? And then we'll go into the events side of things in terms of growing that and the culture.
Okay. The lessons that I've learned from that are like when you're managing a crew, you managing a family. You mustn't put it as in you're just managing dancers. You're actually managing the people themselves, you know, because sometimes they're coming from different backgrounds. Some woke up that morning and didn't even chow, but they're coming to sweat for 4 hours on the dance floor, you know.
Yeah.
So you also gotta think about what do they need that could help them become a better dancer. So it's managing people. I've also learned that you can't rely on everyone to see your vision. You know, you just
Yeah.
gotta see it,
Yeah.
bro. If you see it,
Yeah.
just go ahead and execute it, bro.
Yeah,
you know, just carry on with it. And those that see it with you, keep them next to you and keep going with them. You know, just keep going with them. Those that don't see it, don't nag on them. Do not feel like they don't see it. They don't see it. And
Yeah.
you're always hating not hating on them, but you always got that negative energy about the ones that are not
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah.
Find the ones that are understanding and build your energy on them too. You know, and that will
Yeah.
spread
Sure,
out. So
sure.
that's the one thing that I've learned. And I've always loved managing crews, teams. Like for example, right now I manage a basketball team.
Yeah.
I own a basketball team called Regulators.
That's crazy, but like I feel like that's how you
Mm.
see that like someone is passionate about something. Because like
Yeah.
the more I follow you, the more I'm like, man, it's low key like the same thing that you've been doing, but like
Yeah.
on a different scale, different
yeah,
environments.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but you're still pushing. Like, I can like when I look back into like the stuff that we were doing with the basketball team, I can tell like it never existed. Like, you just came through with some kind of an idea,
Yeah.
and
And then we just put it to life.
Same vibes,
Yeah,
bro. Just like
like-
even the kits and everything, even the
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Like, you know, it's from scratch. From like, okay, you know what? How we gonna do it this time, bro? All right, you know what? How about the culture of basketball? From basketball, we can make a team, get them also recognized, and let them push the whole culture of basketball. Then once you do your tournaments, now you'll be like, yo, dancers, remember me? Come back. Listen up now. You know? Halftime, you gonna
That's
jump
so
in.
bro.
You gonna rap. You gonna
Yes.
DJ. You gonna play ball.
man,
You know what I mean?
let's
You guys
go,
gonna shoot the
let's go.
podcast for it. You gonna, you know what I mean?
talking
You
about,
know?
man?
So now everybody like, what? Yeah, let's get
Let's go.
together.
Let's go. The culture
Yo.
You
continue.
know, dinner
Bro,
at my house.
What
and
happened?
chow.
What happened with Genesis?
Yeah.
In terms of the crew and the split,
Mm-hmm.
and in hindsight, first, and how's everybody's relationship now together? I've always been curious. I think all of us had an
Yeah.
outside view to say, "Oh, this happened, that happened, this happened."
Yeah.
In hindsight,
Well, this also would just be my view too. So it's not
Yeah, yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what
100%.
happened because like some team members have their own version of the story or what happened. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But from my side, what I see is as the team grew, different avenues started opening up for all of them. and some were being pulled left and some were being pulled right. Some were offered something, some were not offered things. Some thought that these guys are thinking that they're better than these guys. Some thought, hey, we are getting slowed down by these guys, maybe, you know. So the whole thing of normally what happens in a team, you know, there's some confrontation that happens, whether it's about girls, money, cars, whatever it is, you know, that if you put majority guys together, testosterone, and they're not a brotherhood that came from eating off the same plate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they both came off different places, but they're trying to put something together, there's still going to be a clash, you know?
100%, yeah.
So, but as people grew, then we all saw that, you know what, these guys formed their own team, these guys formed another team. There was also Genesis Kings after that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, bruv. So I guess people just grew up and grew out of it, you know? And unfortunately, at my stage, I wasn't financially fit to be able to manage that type of thing now.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
To be like, what to do now once these guys are getting offered this deal and getting offered that deal. You can see that, well, you know what, this is the whole point of me setting this platform was for them to get recognized and then branch off it. So I can't be like, yo, but you know, guys, the team, the crew, the dancing, what is going on? Come back! Come back!
I bet that drum.
So, you know, I can't be doing that except be like, bro, as long as you're good up there, bro, keep hustling, keep going. And I'm also going to support you. If you need anything out there, bro, holler. And I'm even talking to them right now. Bro, if you still remember, if you need anything, dog, just holler, bro. You know what I mean? I'm still out here, bro. That's the only
And
thing.
do you know what's the relationship? Have you ever had a reunion or anything like that?
Nah,
Is it
bro. A
something
lot
that
of
could
people have
happen?
split. Hey, some people are living in Joburg, Cape Town. Some are even, I don't know if someone's overseas or something. Some people got kids, you know. So it's like everybody's kind of growing up, and I'd love to have a reunion, but I guess it would be up to me, really. You know, to
It's
actually
like a
phone the
proscenium
guys.
split, bro. Like I think once the crew
like-
splits, it's like you don't know how to start.
No, I
to
don't
just-
know. I don't think crews would have like a reunion, man. Like you just split and then you split, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people that benefited from Bat Center, the Durban culture overall, still come back to contribute to it? What's your view on that?
Can I say it?
Okay.
No. No.
That I always find that very
Yeah.
interesting.
Hold on,
That's why I
hold
wanted
on.
to say, bro, like I am pissed.
Okay, hold on. Can I give you a positive side of it and say, yes, they are contributing?
All right, go,
Look
go,
at what
go.
you're doing. Look at what you're doing. What are you doing?
yeah.
Know what I mean?
But-
Who's champ where? How?
No, but we're
Who's on the
talking
microphone
overall,
interviewing
man.
what right now?
I think,
Know what I mean? So they're
there's some
contributing,
people-
bro.
There's some people with, okay, maybe also it's expectation thing. Don't get me wrong. It's not supposed to be
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
expect, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. But I do feel, Uti, there are some people who are at better spaces with more influence that just have been through better doors. And maybe we don't see it. We don't know. But, man, I think the Bat Center culture was big for Durban. Man, people was talking about Durban all corners
All
of
over,
Africa.
bro.
Yeah.
All over.
All
Even
over,
in
bro.
Africa.
Yeah.
And if you look at the opportunities that came out of that, I do believe, Uti, there is an opportunity, even if it's for all of us to come back together to say, yo, I've been to Joburg, I've been overseas, I've been in these corners, A, B, C, and D. How can we come back? I feel like it just dismantled and everybody just... Some people don't even say they're from Durban anymore.
Yeah.
Bro.
nah.
When you speak to them in Joburg, like, yeah, Spanbani, and then...
But also, it's like for me, it's like a cut. That's why I don't like. That's what I was saying. Like at the beginning, like for me, history is important because you get to really tell people like how things went down, you know, and don't make it sound like you just all of a Sunday just decided that I'm going to become a rapper or whatever and things just worked out for you. There was a movement. A lot of people grow
Yeah.
because there's a community, there's a movement,
Yeah.
and we gotta always speak about that movement so that that movement can keep getting support so that people in the movement can also grow and branch out eventually. But if we cut in that cord, man, like it's killing the movement. It's killing
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
thing that kept you going.
There was a
You know?
complete cut. And, like, that's why when you meet people, they're like, hey, yo, you're still... okay.
Bro, and it's
Yeah.
like, what?
What? Because people just cut. They didn't. When people started something new, it wasn't even a thing of yo, I'm a visit, or I'm a posted on stories, or just something to say, yo, there's still a movement. I might not be in Durban or etc. I'm this side, but I see what you guys are doing. Those are my bros. We've been pushing. Because also at the end of the day, let me make an example. If one of the guys from Genesis who's big now, if you weren't there, if Bad Center wasn't there, the people that used to stand in queues to be there, to look at them, would they be where they are now? That's where they gain their confidence, their skill. That's where
I get where you're going with it, you know. And as much as, yes, some would like to agree with that, I just say, hey, bro, I'm just part of the process also. I don't like to make myself like, hey, because it was me, nah. You know, they started singing and dancing in primary school where I never even knew them.
No, I'm not saying for
Everything,
you.
you know?
I'm just saying the culture as a whole.
Yeah, as a culture as a whole. Sometimes even for example, Live Check can't say, hey, we are the reason why hip-hop in Durban blew up. Yes, they are part of the reason. But, you know, 100%. They're just also just parts of it. You know, we are one. We're not the one. You know,
part of one thing.
we're part of the one. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. I'm not the way, but I can show you a way. But I'm a way. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that then. Let me say it like that.
All right.
So, but I do get what you're saying, that there was all of a sudden a cut off, you know, and it just went silent for some odd reason.
Quiet,
It was venue-wise, to be honest with you. You know, the reason why I personally stopped was because, as I was saying, financially at that time, I wasn't able to take care of a venue. I'd have to go pay 7 grand to book for one Saturday. And the event is like what? I was charging 5 rand for people to come in, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
Then it went up to 10 bar means 10
then went to
rand.
10 rand. It was like, oh, you know what? We doubling up right now. We doubling up. We gonna hit you hard. It's gonna be 10 rand.
You get there like,
You know?
10 rand.
Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Because it was literally to build the culture, and the money that I was collecting there was for the sound guy, because he's the only person at that moment that was really actually spending money out of his pocket, putting in petrol, tracking his sound and coming over. The rest people were volunteering. Luckily, I was a part of the Bad Center program, which over there... Okay, let me just not say anything negative. Let me just leave it at that. You know what I mean? Let's talk about positive
things, positive vibes.
You know?
We're gonna take it out of you. We're gonna
You know what I
eventually.
mean? No.
But it's crazy. You see, the thing is, we look at Cape Town and we look at Joburg.
Word.
And I'd say the reason why a lot of their movement still continues to survive is because whenever Umuntu gets into a door, they always come back to contribute. But also, they come from a generation where their uncles were in the movements. Like, a lot of their stuff, I'd say, began a bit further back.
Yeah.
So it's always a continuation of, yo, I might be maybe a responsible father now and in corporate, but when I'm doing brand deals, I'm always remember that, yo, there's hip-hop in Daba here that's happening. So don't forget them. Same thing in Joburg. If we look at the guys, Offred, etc. When they got into Hype Magazine and they got into all of these deals, speak to some of the guys now, they'll tell you that, no, when they get into those doors, they get there and they still say, yo, there's still the culture there that's still happening, whether it's for rap, whether it's for dancing. And so as people progress into the different spaces they're going into, it's not a thing of goods. I don't know
Even
who you
the
are
gigs,
now.
bro. Like
Even
even
the
the
gigs,
gigs,
bro.
like legit. Like a lot of gigs that come up. A lot of the people that are now in that space where they're speaking to big corporates and stuff like that are people that know that there was a dance culture, whatever culture happening. The hip hop scene was there. So whenever there's an opportunity, an opening for something, guys come through. You know, there's this happening, there's that happening. There's that kind of a connection. Like whoever that's now seated in an office, you remember, I used to dance to that guy. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like for Durban, like that's not happening for some reason.
Yeah, I'm saying if there's a lot of plugs now that are blocked, you know. You know, when you look at a plug and there's a thing that's just blocked, and you're like, how man, face, where am I gonna? You know what I mean? How face, you plug me in, face. It's awkward, but this thing is not even working. It's not even putting current through, bro. It's just a plug stopping the holes from put my one in. I'm like, face. You know? Yeah, face.
Damn.
Bro, must have to switch on in a car. It's actually you plug in the wrong thing. Fuck, I mean,
but also, I think it's because we've never had an industry to begin with. So we think when you get in, when you share, it's going to get finished. Whereas Joburg and Cape Town, they know that this thing has been happening. I'm just a part of this process. I'll move to another office. When someone else, there's enough money to go around. For us, we come from a scarcity mentality. As soon as now I'm here.
I gotta keep.
I gotta
Yeah.
keep this.
I can't let go.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
everyone's a whole
Abazong bangis.
Like
Yeah,
it's
bro.
crazy with the. I wanted to find out also with the events, like, cause bro, like I said, you've watched also the progression of you've watched, let's say, Durban hip hop, Durban dance scene at its peak. You've seen it dip to nothing. You've seen it try to build. You've seen it where it is now, right? So what's your point of view of
That's
the scene?
interesting.
Like since you've seen all of that happening, like when you look at it now, you're going, hey man, yeah, it's the Durban hip hop scene is popping, the dance scene is doing well, or is it like this is what's missing, this is what's going wrong, or whatever? Like how do you look at it
As a whole.
with all this information that you've gathered over the years?
I look at it as right now the Durban dancers have plugged themselves into the corporate side well. You know, because if you just research anything in Durban or even in Joburg about dancers, who are the best dancers and where they come from? You know, and you look at like, okay, I'll name drop for example, Usne.
Yeah,
Usne. Usne is an actress, you know, dancing.
Yeah.
She's always
Yeah.
popping it. It's yourself, Verb. You know what I mean? It's popping it out there. There's Courtney Paul.
Yeah.
That's popping it out there. You know what I mean? And those dancers come from our times, our
Yeah.
eras.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, they were the hungry ones that were also coming through the bad senses on those
Yeah.
days. You know what I mean? So they are doing very well out there, representing the dance elements from Durban, not giving up. But in terms of it being now backed up, there's not a lot of people who support it now. You know, it's like you just pop if you're gonna do your TikTok dances, or
Yeah.
you are now a social media dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no more like in sessions, you know, you can't anymore say, hey bro, have you seen this guy? And everyone says, where from? And like, this guy from Pinetown that side, bro. Okay, well, how do you see him? It's no more like that. It's more like, have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, who's this guy? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
It's
it.
class.
And then after you see this video, when you see him on the streets, you still don't recognize him. You're walking past him. You know what I mean? But back then, you know, people would not walk past you because
Yeah,
they know.
no,
They'd be like,
see,
hey, that's you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's
There were certain malls where
check.
you couldn't walk alone.
Yeah.
Because if the
couldn't.
other crew sees you.
Even
yeah,
that,
you're
Could be
like,
like, yo.
yo, exactly, bro.
You get called out, bro. Like literally,
Yeah.
like yeah, so
You
You
know?
when you talk about call outs, I remember this one time. Hello, what you call this? About 10 minutes.
yeah.
This guy got called out by script.
Oh.
Were you there that day?
Well, you know when somebody's walking and there's like an entourage.
And you can tell today planned
And
this.
it's like you can tell it's like, nah, fair enough.
Like, I won't mean what I saw in that time. I had to okay, there was Genesis as seen as like the strong
Yeah.
trained crew, you know? And then you do know that, for example, in Spartans, if there's 300 soldiers,
Yeah.
then there's these other soldiers from other cities that are known as the best in their area too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know that if you had to put 300 of them and come against you, it would be a tough battle. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I started seeing those guys also popping up one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay,
Oh,
there's this
this
guy,
is
yeah,
you,
there's
yeah.
that guy there. You know, so we always knew, for example, it would be Verb Sabin says.
Yeah.
You know, like those two, when you know, okay, it's going in right now, it's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
You know, and you know that, okay, right there we're looking at script,
Yeah.
or we're looking at maybe Usiana, or someone's going to get challenged
Yeah.
by these
Yeah.
others. Because they are kind of looking and be like, who's the one we're going to snipe? Oh, okay, that one looks like a weak one. We battle you. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay, they're looking for the weakest in the team, you know? So there was a nice composition about it, bro. And it created everybody like icons. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
bro.
Yeah.
Even made a team from Maritzburg come down. Who remembers Spartans?
Yes.
Because I'm just saying
Yeah.
Spartans.
Speak to some of the guys,
You
man.
know?
We met Spartans because of the fact that there was a Spartan versus. Wait, it was Spartan versus 300 or Spartan versus Genesis? What was it?
I think the first one was Spartan versus 300.
300,
Is it?
yeah.
Was that the
Yeah, when
first one?
300 came from Joburg.
Joburg, yeah.
Oh yeah,
But you
yeah,
did
yeah.
a lot of things,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, 300 came
bro.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That move of like that square thing, and then they went all up.
Hey,
and down.
hey, Bahama.
That's quick.
The whole bench of the erupted.
Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to C4.
Oh,
Rest in
man.
peace, bro.
Yeah, man. Yo. That was a crazy
Those are
time.
the things.
Bro, do you think the hip hop scene as a whole can get back to where it was? And if so, if not, what would it take?
yes, it would be able to get back. Number one.
Mm.
What would it take? I don't know if this will sound egotistical or something like that. But what would it take is if you are out there and you got some money behind you and you want to back it up and you want to push it, come to me, dog. Come to me with your
Yeah.
funding. I got the right people. I know all these connections, all these people. I'm not
Yeah.
the one, but I'm telling you, I can direct your capital towards the movement to make it big and blow up. You know what I mean?
Sheesh.
And I'm not trying to be selfish. I don't want no tender money or give me extra in my pocket. No, bro. That's what we will take. We'll take someone basically who has that fund and says, you know what, I want to back up these guys.
Sure.
You know, let me believe in this year. So what have we got? And then all we do is getting venues and we're just doing these events again. Slowly but surely we start building these events
Actually,
again.
I also
But
believe
now-
we can get
Yeah.
back there, man.
But now the thing is that if you select the wrong person to build those events, it's just gonna be another event. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You literally have to select the right team,
Yeah.
the right person to be like, okay, bro, plug us in. Then I'll be able to say, okay, these are the guys, that if you
Yeah.
put this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy together, these are the team. These guys will help push your shit properly. You know what I mean? And I know it's okay. Nah, my influence ngampela.
Sure.
I love about time a man, about chance a man, you know. These are the guys. you
And
know?
we've seen it, man. Like we've seen people tried. Like
Yeah,
I got
man.
people tried.
So,
and, yeah, it
That's what we
didn't
need,
work.
bro.
Yeah.
I can't just say we need a venue because you can have a venue, we
Sure.
give you a venue, and then what
It needs a
happens?
bigger
We need the
push.
peace.
It needs a bigger push, and it really needs people that are connected to the ground and understanding the culture,
Word.
but also what it would take from how we push events now, because how we used to do it before compared to
not the
now
same.
is different. So it would need a different approach, but heading to the same feeling, the same
I
thoughts.
feel like the answer will be like, because right now everybody is so caught up on the club life, the alcohol life. If there's something happening, there's gotta be alcohol involved. But I feel like the culture isn't about that.
Yeah.
How can we create something or be created where people genuinely are just enjoying themselves
I think it's community.
without having to like consume?
It's
I don't know. I've already come up with a solution for that. At the moment, I got a trick up my sleeve right now. I'm about to pull out.
Let's go.
So there's this club in Tonga. It's called Hot Shots Nightclub. Okay, big shout out goes to Don and the family. So now they have a dance floor, checkered black and white, you know. And the owner said to me, "Yo, Drum, I know you've been doing this music and hip hop and dance culture life. So here's my venue. I will give you some prize money. Put
Sheesh.
together an event." Okay, so he's already done that for me. Right?
Hey.
So that's the thing that I'm personally am planning currently.
Sure.
Right. And that's what I want to do is a dance show again. And I think I might call it Throwdown again, to be honest with you.
Let's go.
hey, that's
bro.
dope, bro.
I think I might just call it
Yeah,
Throwdown.
resurrected.
And I'm going to be trying to transport people from Durban to Tonga if it's quite far for people, you know what I mean? But over there now, I want to have like the you got served vibe, you know what I mean? On the left corner, we've got Playhouse crew, you know, on the right hand, we've got Red Bull crew, you know? This goes on and then it'll be like that there, but now we hitting this vibes. Like the podcast and the cameras and
Yeah.
drones
Yep.
flying around, something there, you know. Now we're going, commercial
big.
about.
Yeah.
it,
Yeah, we
you
have
know?
to.
And then bro. So that's the thing that I'm trying to do on my side is do now a commercial show because that's what we need now. We literally need a commercial show, and that
Yeah.
commercial show now has to have what I'm trying to do about it is the after the before and after the show. Before the show, I'd like to come where you guys are labbing. Come through. Yo, guys, I'm chilling out here. This
has
is what
to
we're
be done,
doing.
yeah.
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
And they're getting prepared for the events that's going to come
Yeah, has
month
to.
end. Then I go to his playground, you know what I mean? And record all of them. So I'm giving highlights to every single person's thing,
Yeah.
you know? And then run a league. I want to run a league, a dance crew league.
Yeah.
Just like with basketball, but I'm going to do it now with dancers too.
Nice. Verb is running a
You
Krump
know?
league.
Yeah, you know?
Nah,
That's
bro, we-
dope.
You know what?
You know what
Shut
I mean?
up. You
Like in-
young. What would it take for you and you think the people in this generation to actually come out to such an event? What do you think it would take?
Even as a person being outside looking in.
Okay, I think this whole time, just sort of listening to the conversation, I've noticed the biggest difference between the culture back then and now is, first of all, intention. I think that you guys were so intentional about the things that you
Yeah.
like. You're speaking about the ideas that you came up with. It had an intention.
Sure.
You wanted to build a culture. I think that's what's missing from right now. You know, people are all about themselves and like personal development and not about the culture. So I think innovative ideas like that, man, be creative about it. Like, I think we need more passion towards the culture like that. Like, be willing and sit down and think of ideas. How do I grow this? How, like, be intentional about it. And I think the rest will follow. So if you do stuff like that, use the social medias, do the behind the scenes stuff, and really be, like, we can tell when somebody's passionate about something.
Yeah.
And that's so much easier to rally people in than
Then to just
than to just
post
be like,
and like come
the
through.
thing that we were speaking about, yeah, like I'm doing this thing and that's your own corner and you know we just see you posting there. We're not really sure what it's about, but if you really let us in,
Yeah.
those creative ways, let us in so that we're interested. Like, okay, that's really cool.
That's dope. Let us
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, man, and that's I think also I've learned that with branding and like right now I'm trying to start my own clothing side, you know, and the only way that people actually rock your clothes is if they feel like they're part of the culture.
Yeah.
They're part of you, you know what I mean? Like you have association with that brand, you know, and it's not just, oh, I saw this on the billboard, I want to go buy it. You know,
True,
it's
eh?
more like, hey, these people connect with me. The lifestyle that they're talking about and the things that they talk about is just me. So I'd rock that guy's brand.
Tell us
You
the
know,
story.
yeah, tell us the story.
Bro, tell us about the basketball brand, bro. The team.
Oh,
What's going on with that, bro?
yeah.
Like we want to know, like,
First of all, when I first saw Drumkit with the basketball, I was like, oh, Drumkit like basketball, my friends.
But he's always been into basketball.
Yeah, I know.
I always
I
remember him. He's
know,
always
but
been.
I'm saying like in terms of like actually be like being in the team,
Like
and
he's-
actually playing professionally.
I don't even, bro. I don't even know this stuff happening in Lotuza until I started following. I'm like, whoa, got this yawa la.
Yeah,
and he's
it's-
been pushing for a while. Bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, my love for basketball started in high school, Northwood. I played first time I played basketball. I played 16 Bs, 15 As, then 16 Bs. Then I played first team, and I was first team captain at Northwood in my matric year. So after that, I coached basketball at Northwood. I coached basketball at PPI, which is Peace Players International.
I remember I know PPI, yeah.
And I coached basketball at Danville, coached basketball at Northlands. Then from there, I actually left basketball scene a bit and went into the music side, traveled and did all my stuff with the music. Then when I came back to Northwood to go coach again, I met up with my young friend Jeezy. His name is Fiso Kininza. So I asked him, yo, bro, where does pickups happen now in Durban? You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, bro, there's DHS side, UKZN, DUT. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna pull through. You know, went to UKZN, checked out the basketball over there, and I started just picking up because it's like, yeah, man, hey, it's been a long time. You know, started picking
Like
up.
you tend to put some oil in that.
Yeah, I met up with a Praco, Tobe, and I called, and now he was a guy who kind of made me feel welcome. No, Shayes, that's bad. It was just get in a team, and just play. So we played. Then I came back into coaching at Northwood. So I started saying, hey, you know what? These licenses are good. But I started asking, what happens to you guys after high school?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you know,
nah.
then like nothing is happening.
Is there after high
know,
school
like-
scene?
There are, but like you really have to either already have a scholarship sponsored to like big roads, university, and
Oh,
stuff
okay.
like that. You know, like
Okay.
those schools in Joburg that play basketball or scholarship at UKZN for basketball. You know, but it's like it's rare that you get out of matric here in Durban and you stay in Durban and you become a professional basketball player. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
makes
Yeah.
sense.
So are there not a
tournaments
So you
lot
had
of
to go.
often-
structures?
No, the platforms are there, but not as much as, let's say, for example, Joburg. Basketball is not really a hugely recognized sport in Durban, or in South Africa, that is, although everybody knows it,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, that's the only reason. So after that, I decided to say, you know what, bro, I want to start a team. There was a tournament called Orcas that I played part of Durban. It was Durban All Boys team, which was
Yeah.
actually DHS team, All Boys, and we played in the tournament. Then there was a second tournament, second Orcas, and what happened was that now the people that I was friends with, they were already playing for other teams.
Okay.
You know? So before that, I said to Jeezy, I said to him, hey, bro, let's start a team. And at that time, I wanted to call it the Prime Kings All Stars because my company is called Prime Kings, you know? So we put a couple of members together, but it so happened that some had to go to Wits to go study, some had injuries, some were still on scholarship, so they couldn't really get into a new team, you know. So that team wasn't able to get put together. Then the new tournament came, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm not in a team. For my bro Jordan Sutherland, you know, big shout out Jordy. He's in America playing ball right now. And I phoned my bro Jeezy, and we're like, yeah, bro, let's put a team together, you know. So we're like, yeah, bro, let's do this. I said, yeah, my team name is Regulators. I have a plan of having 12 teams. I already got their names, already got their kids sorted out, like planned. I got a league open.
This guy's moving different.
I didn't lie.
It's already planned. Like, it's planned, bro. I got a whole association tournaments that I'm going to run and all that stuff there.
Wow.
But the first step is develop a team. Get them recognized, get the sports recognized, get a following behind it, then let them host the tournaments. Then from the tournaments, everything else kind of filters in, you know?
I feel like Durban has the same problem across multiple fields where there is passion, there is opportunity, but just the backing for structure. Because structure needs people, and unfortunately, if you're not working a full-time job, if there's nothing to potentially fund a whole structure, including the marketing and attracting new people to come into it, because that sounds like a dance problem again. There's still people who are passionate about it. There's people off the streets that are looking for things to do, whether in school, out of school, etc. It sounds like a common thread.
Yep, it is, eh?
But it's nice to see, Guti, there's people
but
like
so
you
I did
that
the
are pushing.
exact same thing I did to Fix DC and made Genesis. I did that with Regulators. So I went like to other basketball teams. I was like, I'll pick you. Hey, yo. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, yo, bro, what team you playing for? Yeah, I'm playing for this team. I'm like, yeah, but bro, you know, now there's these guys here that are saying they're willing. Yo, he's playing for your team. Okay. Let's see what it is. Let's see what you got, Drum. Let's see. We'll be part of the team. So I kind of caused a little bit of tension between other teams because I kind of did take some of their dopest players, you know. But the guys all share the same vision, and the team that we got now is freaking passionate about it. I love every single one of them. Just a big shout out at the biggest man in the court. We got number 20, which is Fiston Kalal, next to the biggest stepper in the crew, which is the big stepper Andre at number 5.
All these people signing international.
Yo,
I'm like,
Nah, man, these are my homeboys. And then we got the captain by the number 11, Jeezy, aka Sfiso Kininza, or aka Jeezy, everyone's favorite uncle. There we go. That's what he says. Yes, Jeezy, everyone's favorite uncle. We've got Clutch 9, which is School Mtembu. We've got Emmanuel Burner, which is his name is The Ranger. At number 4, it's Ranger. Ranger go pop that thing from like way back there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. They should make a 5-point shot for Ranger.
Oh, it's that. Okay.
You know what I mean? They should make a 5-point shot for Ranger. So we got Ranger, and then we got the guy who just gets easy buckets, which is easy money at number 35.
See that name?
You know,
that name, the easy money.
Kim Kayembe, yeah, that's easy money. We've got Scotty Tuhari, big Scotty, big buddy Scotty at number 13. You know what I mean? That's Lungani. Then we have got we got the youngins now. These guys, he's made South Africa, is still in high school, but he's made South Africa in high school. His name is Chad C. Greaves. He's rocking the number 2 at C. Greaves. We got another guy who's also from Northwood. He's also very dope, you know. His name is Lusanda Hlongwane. He's at number 7. He's got the number 7. Myself at number 12 is Drum. And then whoever I mentioned all you guys, right? Yo, don't make me seem like I left out somebody.
if you did, man, it's
nah. I'm thinking through, man. I'm thinking through.
How do we follow though?
Wait.
Nah, before we move on, did I forget anybody?
No,
I didn't forget you guys. Come on, man. I didn't forget nobody.
Bro, you forgot me.
You know, I didn't forget nobody. I mentioned the numbers. It was 20, it was 5, it was 7, it was 11, it was 12, it was 35, it was 13, it was 4.
Did you say 35? I don't remember.
And number 1, the new guy. That's here we go. You know what though? Let me say this here. There's 2 guys that have just been put into the team that we haven't announced yet. That's why. But I'm gonna announce this number 1 right now. His name is Paul Jack. Okay, Paul Jack. Welcome to the team, Paul Jack. Me officially saying welcome to you in the team, man. You know what I mean? So he hasn't even had a game with us, but we're gonna be going to the EBA, and he's gonna have a game with us. And then there's this one last lighty that we're looking out for. At the moment, he is playing for another team, but I think he's gonna be playing for Regulators soon.
Don't mention his name.
No, Mitchell. What's up, Mitch? What's up, Mitchell?
We are coming for you.
Yeah, man, we coming for you, Mitchell. Chenadu.
I missed that. You can't say these things in the dance academies and stuff. They'll call a meeting for you. Like, you can't say.
What did you want to say?
Yeah, bro.
Say that, like, I wish Drum could like announce me somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
Say what?
Me too. Like,
Hey.
But
Yeah,
bro, I want to
man.
know how do we follow the games, man? How do we?
Wait, before you get to the games, quick one, man.
Yeah.
Jordan or James?
Man, everyone knows that. I'll say Kobe. Bam! Bam! In your face!
No, forget about Kobe because there's always this discussion between.
You can't forget
James.
about Kobe.
No, we can't. We know. But they always have this,
Pick
this-
between only
Nah,
the two.
yeah, okay.
Between
Between
the
the two, yeah, man, it's Michael Jordan, to be honest with you, man. Yeah, bro, if I had to pick. But it's both of them for me, but yes, I would go with Jordan.
But like, the Mamba was something else.
The Mamba,
The
no.
Mamba was
nah.
different animal.
Yeah, bro, it's just his attitude and his charisma, his being who he is for me was like the thing, bro.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
an actual sportsman, a proper sportsman,
Sure.
Yeah, bro, I smoked
May
him,
rest
bro.
in peace.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P.
Anyway.
So that's one of why. How can we follow like in terms of the games and stuff, bro? I'm sure after hearing you speak about your teammates,
I actually want to.
I
Yeah,
want to
Yeah,
come
man.
through.
Bring the gazebo, summer hats.
Hey,
Yo,
That's what's up,
literally.
man.
Bro, make a
Score
whole,
in the
yeah.
country.
Take the day out of it, bro. Actually,
What's the
is
front
there
row?
is there a community?
We must
of
get the
people?
front rows like how it is in
Courtside.
NBA.
Well, yeah, bro.
hey,
We're trying to build a community through it, with a lot of the teams in Durban, I'd shout out all their names, but they're all out there, The one team I like shout out is the Clan. They're hustling, they're pushing real hard. I see my G's, the Clan. Yeah,
that's
man.
dope.
Yeah, that's
The
crazy.
Clan. That's a
Yeah,
dope
how do we
name.
come through? How do we
Like,
know
give
about
them a
these
shout
tournaments
out.
and the games?
So at the moment there's this organization called the EBA, Etegwini Basketball Association. Shout out to Jean, TK, and the crew.
EBA.
They are putting an event that happens I think for every year end, and it's a league. At the moment there's about 8 to 9 teams. Hoping we get more teams, to battle each other. And we play on Sundays, sometimes at DUT, sometimes at Imlazi Sports Center, or it depends if the venue changes. The next game that we're gonna have is not this following Sunday, but the following Sunday, 8:30. Venue will be announced. But to check us out at Regulators Basketball _SA, and we'll be giving you guys updates. So that's Regulators Basketball _SA on Instagram. If you want to check out some YouTube videos, you just Google Regulators Basketball Durban, and something will pop up, or Pharaoh Network Regulators Basketball. And something like that will pop up about us. And this is the team code, green. Wish there'll be a new kid coming through.
The kid I'm about to bring you guys is gonna kill you. It's gonna devil you. It's Regulators.
Bernie, you know how
Yeah,
sick that
man.
sounds in the headphones.
Oh, bro, you serious? Oh, shucks.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, bro, we've never gone this long.
No,
actually.
we've never
Oh
gone
man,
This
no,
is
man,
this is a
apologies.
record for
First
us, bro. Like literally.
Right. Thank
Bro,
you so much, man.
heck, bro, it's so good to have you here.
Yeah.
But also, we want to say thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for everything you've
Yeah,
done for the
man.
movement
Yep.
and everything you continue to do. Because I think for you, it's not just projects, but it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
In terms of what you do, whether it's dance, whether it's basketball now, whether it's music, etc., etc. I think we recognize the amazing things we've done, and we think that you're ahead.
Yeah.
Ever since then, people haven't been able to pull off some of the things
Yeah.
we did. Not to say it's from an ego perspective, but from a perspective of
But apart
I
from
feel
the
you, bro.
professional side of it as well, like hey, Drumkit will treat you like a human.
Yeah.
Like as a dance, even if you came through like you don't know nothing, you want to compete, but like he will treat you like him, like, okay, dog, you can do A, B, C, and D, da 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 da. He will guide you, whatever, for the show, whatever. Like you treated us like human beings. And
Bro,
that-
my first
that-
big battle. When I say big battle, I mean like with an audience that made me go, crap, what the heck am I gonna do? Was announced by you against Vernon. Vernon or Venom? I can't remember his name.
He was
Vernon.
wearing full black,
Bro,
this guy
yeah,
never capped.
I'll never forget that, bro. And that was my first time on that kind of a stage. All along, I was just sitting and watching him battle outside. Sitting and watching him battling outside. But, like, I don't know what made you go, okay, you know what, let's give this guy a chance.
Bro.
But, yeah, ever since you gave me that chance, you're like, yeah, let's give him this platform. Let's see what he's going to do. I don't think I ever stopped ever since that big battle.
never,
honestly.
never,
actually,
Honestly,
actually,
man.
never.
So, man, like, for everybody, and the reason why I also wanted to bring you as well, I was telling the guys, like, people need to know, like, for me, like, I'm very, like, I'm the kind of person that goes, yo, listen, I want us to connect the dots. Like,
Yeah.
yes, a month ago, I won Red Bull dancer style, big thing, but I also want you guys to know that if you're in a place where you're starting off, you're just in the culture, there's people that are helping you out, continue in that area, in that field. Like, cultivate that culture, because that's what's going to help you to get to a point where, like I said, the biggest audience was that. But if that never happened, I don't think I'd ever be able to battle in a world final or those kind of things. You know what I mean?
100%.
Maybe I would have given up because I'm like, I'm only battling outside by the
bear in
stairs.
mind, even in that that setting, the aircons were on, but it was still sweating.
Bro, bro, crazy,
Because it
man.
was packed.
Yo,
It
so
was
man,
freaking
just
packed.
I want people to, for me, I want people to know that this drum kit, it was part of the biggest season for, I must just speak dance, for the biggest season for dance in probably South Africa. Because
That's in South Africa,
the only time
100%.
it got big was in Masters of Rhythm, but that brought everybody together. This was just us. Just Durban. It wasn't South Africa, it was just Durban.
And to be fair, in terms of like branding as well, we ended up having Volcom.
Bro, literally.
Yeah,
Like,
because of the
yeah,
Bro.
that's the whole purpose
yeah,
of it,
because they saw you guys and they were like, all right, we'll give y'all.
Yeah, bro,
what I
that's
mean?
dope. That was the plan, to be honest with you, bro. You know, and even if when you said Masters of Rhythm, who was going up there and challenging them? Who was
exactly.
dominating Masters of Rhythm?
Exactly.
All the Durban guys,
Yep.
bro.
Exactly.
All the Durban guys were just getting up there and just killing Masters of
Bro,
Rhythm.
yeah. Until they gave us, until they renamed the whole big brand and called it Durban City.
City, yeah,
Yeah.
Durban City.
Let's call
But
us
man,
Durban
thank you,
City.
thank you for everything that you've done.
Yeah,
and
man.
may anything that you trust in God for in your this season, the
Yeah.
season that's to come,
Yeah,
anything
man.
that you're involved in, may it be blessed, may it grow,
Amen.
may it multiply. May those people that you're speaking about that have the funding and the finance,
Find
may
me,
they come
man.
to you,
Yeah,
bro.
man, definitely.
May they
Dig.
come to you. I think there's much better days ahead.
Yeah.
Word.
I think the past is just a good reflection for us to see what's possible. But we have more resources now. To think
Exactly.
that back then we only had mixits and
Bro.
BBM.
Yeah.
We have
Like-
more resources. What can we do now? Like if you think of what can we do?
Even when you watch videos, man, that picture there, but
Yo.
GP.
throw each other, but you
We
know
still,
what was happening.
bro.
So
Now
I think-
we also here, bro. Like that's how we
Yeah.
reached out. We call this thing
Yeah.
and friends. We wouldn't bring someone that's not
Bro, how
close
was
to
the
us.
time at Throwdown when we put the screen behind our people
Oh,
at the back could
Imagine,
Imagine, bro.
see? You talk about that thing now, I'm thinking, yeah, man, we even put TV behind.
There's
Yo.
some events that don't even have that,
Yo,
bro. Right now.
yo. We had a projector and a screen capturing you, bro. You know what I mean? Those at the back are watching you do it live on the screen and you're
How
there.
are you doing this, bro? How are you doing
Man,
this?
bro.
Nah, bro. I think there's
thank
a huge
you guys,
reboot that's,
man.
that's coming. I think I watched something A1 said. Someone was asking him to project about the future of music, and he was saying, "Guti, my piano's opened up big doors. A lot of people are gonna flood to it, but there's gonna be a resurgence of hip hop
Yeah.
because of everything that's just happening." And I think we can already sense it in the atmosphere. Guti, a lot of people are looking for more than just TikTok. People are looking
Yeah.
for culture, for community,
Yeah.
and for belonging. And yeah, man.
Tennis parati drum, bro. Like,
We still
nah, in
yeah.
Miami, the guys want to give you their numbers as well. We can
yeah.
tell that you have a crazy vision. We trust you. You've done it. You've done things. You're doing it still.
Doing it
You know, so whatever you need, man, you're just gonna give us that call and let's make this thing
Then
work.
we have
bro.
better resources and we
Bro.
know more now. So I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah,
if we
man.
sit down properly.
Kulile futhi,
Yeah.
it's like we are
Yeah.
it's just I understand.
Well,
At,
short,
maybe at
man.
that time you couldn't see it, At that time, we were. I was just like, I want to beat Flex. I don't care what's going. I don't care about DC. I don't care. Man, I'm from Flex. You from Bash. You from Sia. You from the Soldier. That's all we cared about. But you see, now it's a little bit different. Now we see that there's a bigger picture.
Also, when we started hosting events, we respected you.
Yeah. When we're losing money.
When we were hosting, they were like,
Now we understand how we see.
Yeah, shit was hard. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Man.
But yours also pushed it, bro, with Buck Kingdom, and yours lifted it up. You know what I mean? Those vibes, and yeah, bro, yours also been hustling. You know what I mean? You guys have been pushing. No, for real, bro. The fact that you're even interviewing about the dancing, you're still pushing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's so dope, man. So big shout out to you guys, bro.
Thank
Big shout out
I'll
to you
share
guys.
Pelangelo Ntuzana fit. And friends,
And friends, don't.
Hey, wait, we're gonna keep quiet. We might make this
This guy.
intro.
This guy. At some
Exactly.
point he thought he could beatbox.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, bro.
I'm like, but guy,
Let me tell you something, bro.
Kicks and boots.
Kids and boots.
Drum, give us a
It is what it is, you know.
Give us a little something for Anne Friends.
And friends, you know what it is. That's the vibe that we always out here doing, man. Having some fun. Where's his phone at? Where's his phone? He's got to record this. You know. That's what happens, man, when you chill with friends, you know. Real friends appreciate you. Real friends love you. Real friends always show you support. It's your boy Drumkit. You are now, ever now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the sound of the human Drumkit. Chilling out here with me and my friends. And friends. Drumkit. Regulate.
We got a new intro. We just got a new intro. Let me tell you something. We got a new intro.
Guys, it was great.
Awesome.
We probably gonna have you back. Man, it sounds like there's a lot that's brewing. So
Actually, we
need to have you back.
I would follow up, no problem at all.
Definitely invite you again, bro.
Drum.
Thank you.
Siaboga.